I'm very different than when I first came in. I definitely noticed I struggle to work alongside with civilians when it comes to like certain projects. Like I definitely struggle. I definitely cause some of the tension. Either it's just reciprocal and like, because there's no passive aggressiveness in the military. That's one thing. There's no passive aggressive. There's no someone says something but they mean it this way as they're saying it, and like it's not about calling out. If someone is trying to undercut you in the military, they do it right in front of you and they tell you, I'm undercutting you because XYZ. It's not a secret. So I would say a really big thing is just like kind of getting along. I've noticed that I'm a little conflicting in some situations, especially if people aren't being straightforward. Like if your intention for a project is to achieve XYZ, but you tell me it's something else, and you tell me it's something else because you think I'll judge you based off of the XYZ, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And yeah. And another thing is that I would say after the military, I wouldn't say I'm fond of blocking, but I block very easily. So like, for example, all the mods in this chat reflect me and they reflect my rules. So there's been a couple people in the past, they are no longer a part of this stream, where they were being like disrespectful to a mod, or they thought like the rules didn't apply to them, or that they were an exception, and that they were like, oh well, or I'll only come back if Warhamster DMs me, or I'll only listen if Warhamster spells this out for me. And for me, it's like my way of communicating is just blocking and banning. So I'd say that's kind of an odd thing. I feel like that's not a normal way of handling things. I'm sure like talking things out, but that's just a very like militaryism. That's a very leadership thing. Like, hey, if someone's not following the rules, like, you know, it was great having you. I'll see you later. Just, you know, very, very calm, nothing messy. That's a very valid way of handling it. Yeah. So there's been quite a few, and I'll never tell you guys like who I do it to or whatever. I've had some people like threaten me after I've blocked them, and it's just or they'll be like, I will only come back if you DM me. And then it's just like banned. I just don't do that. So the mods are always a reflection of me. Always. They're always a reflection of me. If they say you're breaking a rule, that we have several mods. We are actually going to have a few more. I have 2 names in mind. I will be reaching out at some point. And so I have several mods. I have one mod that I keep in the background at all times, which is Super Flat. The reason why I have Super Flat in the background is because I don't want anybody to have an opinion of Super Flat. So say if you don't like all of the mods, there is at least one mod that doesn't engage, that's just always neutral, that you can always go to. Or if you're closer to one mod than the other, you can go to that. I like that mindset of can't follow, then you're out. A streamer I mod for can be too nice and give too many chances. I'm understanding. I'm very understanding. Like if someone has something terrible happen in their life and then I notice they're acting out of character in the chat, you know, I will think to myself, like, this person just went through something so terrible. I am not gonna get down anyone's throat or do anything like that. Or like ban them, right? It's going to be multiple things. It's going to be multiple offenses. Or it's just going to be outright something. And I am really, really busy. I feel bad. I haven't even been in one of the channels a lot in there. But I'd say that's a militarism. And it kind of makes me a little bit more isolated. It makes me come across kind of weird too to civilian people. And I can tell because I can feel the energy. I can feel it. But that's why I'm very strategic with like my mods, right? I make sure it's people feel safe with. And if you don't feel safe at all, right? Because in the military, if you don't feel safe with any of your NCOs or the person above or the person above or the person above, there's someone outside of the chain of command called a first sergeant. And a first sergeant is not a part of your chain of command. They are neutral, and their job is to either get you out of jail if you end up in jail, or to help you if finance hasn't paid you, or to be a safe space if something bad happened to you from someone in your leadership. They are a safe space, which is why with mods and stuff, I have a very similar style with I want there to be one mod that is there but doesn't interact and is always going to be a little bit of a neutral, safe if people feel like they absolutely cannot open up to any of the other mods. They absolutely cannot.